Oh, hello there. I didn't see you there. You scared the shit out of me. Note, always have something to drink with a cigar. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Evening Cigar Show. I'm James, and this is the Evening Cigar Show. Today, I want to talk about where the hell have I been for the past couple of weeks. Well, I've been working like a dog, dealing with some issues because it is August. It is August 3rd and August 6th are one of the most harshest days ever for me. So I might take off on those days. May take off the entire week. But it was a good week. We worked, we did a thing, we got a big job mostly done. We're gonna get it finished though. That's the important thing. And yeah, it was a good week. But the weekend, however, was a different story. So, what happened during the weekend? Well, Friday I was off and I was just bumming around. I was replaying Ghost of Tsushima on New Game Plus on a harder difficulty. And jeez Louise. If you're wondering, yes, it's worth playing again. I'm just kind of skipping on the bullshit and just going right into the gameplay. So I am. Let's see, what else am I doing? What else did I do? I didn't really do much except prepare for my bulking season and also prepare for prepare for winter, but also prepared for my annual crabbing trip with my cousin Joe, my uncle Joe, my dad, and a friend named Jess. And we usually bring more people, but this year we didn't. I don't know why certain individuals didn't get invited. I don't know why about that. I know there was some kind of back and forth, but honestly, I don't really mind an extra person being on the trip because it's just like, why not? Come on. It's the annual crabbing trip. I have to go, I honestly didn't want to go, but like after going, and the reason why I did go was to get a lot of sun. And I also like hanging out on the crabbing trip too. Like, I enjoy the camaraderie of everybody crabbing. I enjoy that. I don't eat crab, but honestly, I don't eat. I don't like breaking I don't like the work and just how much meat is on a crab. It's like not that much. So it's like, in the end, you're just eating the intestines of the creature too. So it's like, I'm more of a. I like crab legs, so don't get me wrong. A very odd animal to eat. Unlike the lobster, which is just a bigger creature, but what's really important is not the body, it's the tail, it's the claws, it's the legs. I think it's mostly the claws and the legs, but that's pretty much it. Weird animal. But so I did go on the crabbing trip, and the crabbing trip was absolutely amazing. I got really burnt. Not super badly sunburned. It wasn't like, ooh, I'm hurt. It was more in the lines of. It's more in the lines of I just got crispy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got that feeling of, like, being just fried like Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, being fried chicken. Like, ooh, I'm just crispy. I'm not burned alive. I'm just, like, crispy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm liking the backdrop here. There we go. My head's more in the frame. But yeah, that's what I was just basically doing. You know, grabbing, sun tanning, you know, chilling out, relaxing because I needed a lot of sun, and I kind of did the shock method, which was just basically just get burned. Just get a good old-fashioned sunburn. Nothing too extreme. I've had really bad sunburns, and I've had really weak sunburns. This was a decent sunburn altogether. Oddly enough, I got sunburned so badly, it looked like I was wearing stockings, and it just hurt all the time to move, and the jeans I was using were just rough and just, coarse. But it was all good all over. You know, some bullshitting going on here, and you know, some fights, some reminiscing and stuff like that, and talking and stuff like that, and trying to figure out why the crabs were not coming on board, why is the crab population dimming and stuff like that. I do laugh though, because there were some things I was like, they were bound to happen on the boating trip, like jumping in the water, which honestly a lot of people were opposed to, but I was like, why are you guys opposed to that? Like, why are you guys, like, you know what it was? It was kind of like the lame, I don't want to say, I almost said the lame kids, but I mean, like, it was too much responsible adults and not enough irresponsible adults. Like, I felt like I was the only irresponsible one there. And you know what's funny, though? I was the longest one to have, never mind, I'm not going to explain that. But we had a home run hat that every time somebody caught a crab, they would get they would get a hat. They would get to wear this hat and pass it around. Whoever got to wear that, everybody got to wear their hat. I got to wear the hat. But yeah, it was a pretty good time. Really good time. And we got there, you know. And granted, it was pretty pretty intense. I'll say so myself. Because kind of like before, like we went to the stocking place, it was like legitimately for fishing and crabbing. You know, it was built like it was very much like the griminess of it, like was there, and it was just a kind of just a fun place to go. It was just like very, you know, macho. But now they kind of like gentrified it, and it's just absolutely just like disgusting. And I'm kind of disgusted because they sold out and they just made it into a yuppie bar, and it's like it's yuppified. You know, they don't care for people who are crabbing or anything. They don't cater to people who are crabbing or fishing. They do, but you can't rent the pontoon boats. You can't do this, and it's like. So much bullshit. New Jersey's surrounded by stupid people, which I'll explain to you in just a moment. Well, I'm not going to call them stupid, but so yeah, this, you know, this marina was just kind of like, I don't know. It's just like it didn't have the flair before that it did before. It was like, it just seemed like a cool beer place for people to go there with their boats and then chill out. I will say this though, the day ended with pretty much of the bang. If you see my Instagram videos and stuff like that, somebody's boat caught on fire and basically just floated out into sea. Just basically floated out. Not floated out to sea, excuse me. It just, well, what happened was when we got back around like 3:30ish, I want to say. 4 o'clock, 3. We got back early. And we got back early. And we got back around like 3:30ish, I want to say. 4 o'clock, 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 3 we were unloading everything, we were getting everything out of there, yada yada yada, moving everything along, and all of a sudden, we were just messing around. All of a sudden, I come back and he goes, "Fire, fire!" I hear fire, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, I look around to see if it was like one of the boats or something like that caught on fire. Somebody's boat caught on fire and burned. I'm not laughing at the guy's misfortune, but I'm laughing at the scenario that happened. And it was intense. It was cool and intense. But anyway, we fuck. I'm terrible at telling stories, but I'm just chilling here, smoking a cigar. So anyway, so somebody's boat got caught on fire, and it was absolute chaos in the sense because the boat started to float out. Like, somebody cut the line and the boat started to float out and was burning that, the boat. It's now called the boatyard, but you can look at this up and there is a fire, and floated out and was starting to burn that thing. And my God, the amount of fire, the smoke covering that, I was like, a little bit of me wasn't actually praising the fire. No, I don't find somebody's property being burned down to the ground exciting or cool. I've been a volunteer firefighter for a good amount of years. I say a good amount of years, not tremendous years, not decades, but a good amount. And it was, I've seen a couple of house fires that I'm just like, it shakes you, because it's like, this is someone's life, this is someone's livelihood, and it got destroyed. And just kind of seeing that, and just you appreciate the home you've got, and you want to keep everything safe and secure. Like, you see that and you're like, okay, I want to make this place as fireproof as possible. Because I've had a fire in my house too, like dryer fire. Luckily the entire house didn't get burned down to the ground, but always change your dryer filters, and always vacuum that shit out, because you never know. You never know. That always scares the shit out of me, dryer fires. So, yeah. Anyhow, just seeing this, like, yuppified boatyard get covered in bales of smoke, and, half the other property being burned. Like, not in the sense of, like, I was happy that happened. I was more in the sense of just seeing, I don't know. I'm excuse me, I'm using the wrong wording here. So if you're still watching this and you get to this point, thank you. I'm not editing that out. The way I was kind of referring to it as is basically just like, it was kind of a sign in a sense, the way I see it. Like, I feel bad for the guy who got his boat caught on fire, and I feel bad for the people who own the boatyard. But the way it'll, like, and also I gotta give it to the fire department that's taking care of that fire and putting out a fire, and seeing how you do marina fires. That was pretty impressive. I got to see how a marina fire got put out, and wow, I'm quite impressed. I'm quite impressed with the marina police force and all that stuff, and the marina first responders, and I was like, nice. The only people we're missing were EMS. But it was just kind of like a very interesting way of ending the day. We literally end the day with a bang. It didn't explode. We just ended the day with a literal, like, walk away from. We should have took a picture of us just walking away from like an action scene from a movie. Like, that would have been great. But at least my uncle, my dad got to take a video of the whole situation. So, but just the way everything kind of ended, and just the way it kind of symbolically showed that, like, yeah, it's the pirate's spirit is still there. That's what I was trying to say. I wasn't too happy about the building burning and all that stuff. So, no, it's it just kind of ended in a really kick-ass way. So yeah, take care. Love you. Bye bye. See you on the next one.